Botswana just dropped a bombshell in the world of investment migration. They're rolling out what might be the cheapest citizenship-by-investment program on the planet. At just $75,000, it's actually less than what you'd pay for a decent car. To put that in perspective, most Caribbean programs, they start at $200,000. Vanuatu, which used to be the budget option, now sits at $130,000. So when Botswana says 75 grand, people are paying attention. Welcome back to the Liberty Mundo channel, where we help high net worth individuals protect their assets, secure multiple citizenships, and legally minimize taxes. Visit libertymundo.com and get in touch for personalized strategies. Botswana hasn't made this move at random. The country's been riding high on diamonds for decades. They're literally the world's second biggest producer. But the problem with putting all your economic eggs in one basket is, when diamond prices drop, so does your economy. That's exactly what happened in 2024. Diamond prices tanked, Botswana's economy shrank by 3%, and the outlook for the next year isn't much better. President Duma Boko, who just took office in November, inherited this mess and needs real solutions, fast. That's where this citizenship program comes in. It's not just about raising cash, though that helps. It's about attracting people who will invest in other sectors, tourism, tech, agriculture, and finally diversify Botswana's economy beyond diamonds. So, what do you actually get for your investment? A Botswana passport isn't just a piece of paper. Right now, it gives you visa-free access to 88 countries. That includes the United Kingdom for up to 6 months, Singapore and Hong Kong, plus most of Southern Africa. On the practical side, you also get easy entry to places like South Korea, Malaysia, the Philippines, Israel, and Ecuador. It's not a European passport. You're not going to stroll straight into the Schengen zone. But for business in Africa and Asia, Botswana's passport is surprisingly useful, and it's getting better. 10 years ago, Botswana had access to maybe 60 countries, and they're steadily working on more agreements. But here's what nobody's talking about. That $75,000? That's just the investment itself. There will still be processing fees, due diligence costs, legal fees, and government charges. If you look at other programs, you should budget another $25,000 to $40,000, especially for a family application. Also, the government's capping the numbers. They say there will be limited quotas, though they won't reveal exactly how limited. It might be 500 applications a year. It might be 5,000. The vagueness is definitely intentional. They want to stay flexible. The program launches in early 2026, but it's possible applications will open as early as late 2025. If you're at all serious, you'll want to start preparing your documents now, because these programs always get a gold rush of applicants at the start. You might wonder why Botswana even makes sense, especially beyond the low price point. Honestly, most African citizenship programs fail before they even begin, and the few that launch often have major issues. Botswana is different. First, there's stability. This is a country that has never had a coup, not once. They've held peaceful elections since 1966. Even the recent change in government was peaceful and routine, which is worth a lot in African politics. Second, English is the official language, so you can do business without learning a new language or relying on a translator. Third, Botswana isn't isolated. Gaborone, the capital, is only a 2-hour flight from Johannesburg, and it's connected to major hubs like Dubai, Addis Ababa, and Nairobi. And fourth, the economy is actually more diverse than you'd expect. Tech is on the rise. Safari tourism is booming with arrivals climbing nearly 12% each year, and the government is pushing hard on renewables. There's real opportunity here. So why Botswana? It really depends on your needs. If you want immediate citizenship, something most countries only give you after 5 or more years, this is easily the cheapest legitimate option out there. If you need an African base for your business, this process is way simpler than South Africa's visa system. And if you're from a country with a weak passport, Botswana's 88 visa-free destinations could absolutely change your life. This program is targeting specific people: Asian and Middle Eastern investors searching for African opportunities, Africans from more unstable countries who want a plan B, and digital nomads seeking a solid, stable base. Even if you're European or American with an already strong passport, it could be a smart addition to your passport portfolio. The government is playing it smart. They're not just throwing open the doors and taking whoever shows up. There will be strict vetting, including full criminal record checks and source of funds verification. Botswana's leaders watched what happened to Vanuatu, which lost its visa-free access to Europe after letting through too many applicants without proper checks, and they're determined not to repeat those mistakes. Botswana is also linking citizenship to real investment. That $75,000 isn't just disappearing into government pockets. It'll be directed to a sovereign wealth fund focusing on economic diversification, tourism, tech incubators, agricultural projects, and more. Investors won't just be buying citizenship, but actively buying into Botswana's transformation. Tourism is a big part of the plan too. Botswana has some of the world's most incredible wildlife, not to mention the Okavango Delta and the Kalahari Desert, but its infrastructure falls short. Hotels and roads need work. This new program could fund much-needed development in those areas. After looking into it, I'm cautiously optimistic. Botswana isn't trying to copy the Caribbean or compete with Europe. They're creating something unique, an affordable African citizenship program that actually makes sense. Will it work? That depends on execution. If they keep things clean, process applications quickly, and spend the money where it matters, it could be huge. If they raise prices too fast or let corruption slip in, it could flop. But the $75,000 price point is brilliant. It draws attention, while still filtering out a lot of potential problems. I expect Botswana will raise prices once the program is established, probably to $100,000 or more by 2027. For early adopters, though, this could be an absolute bargain. If you want to reduce your taxes to single digits, make your assets impossible for anyone to touch, and gain more freedom with second citizenships, get in touch with Liberty Mundo and book a consultation call. We will help you develop a complete blueprint to organize your life to safeguard your wealth and your freedom. Follow the link in the description for more details. Thanks for watching and see you in the next one.